Just collect any extra obsidian that's just lying around. That's how you get a bunch of obsidian and a bunch of white concrete, more or less. What up, my roomies, and welcome back to the technical guide to Minecraft. Today we're going to be working on finishing the perimeter for the wither skull farm, and in order to do that we need to have the bottom area be spawn proofed. A lot of ways to do that, but the way we're going to do it is with carpets, because carpets can also make you look good. So welcome to Core, where safety is a concern. When creating an area that prevents mobs from spawning, the three main choices are these: carpets, slabs, and glass. Now, glass is a full block technically, but because it's see-through, it doesn't register it as a full block for which it can spawn on. As for slabs, we went over this when talking about the iron farm, back in like episode 2 or something. And slabs, because they are not a full block, will prevent mobs from spawning, and so it acts as a good way to do it. And finally, we have carpets. Carpets are also not a full block, and has the added bonus of having a bunch of different types of carpet colors. And so with this, we'll be able to make a design of our choice just by using carpets. Now, how do we amass a lot of carpets really quickly? Now, some of you might think, hey, we just get some sheep and then just shear it. But the problem with that is, one, I don't have a wool farm, and two, that's going to take a really long time. And I don't know about you, time is kind of the essence. Well, for me anyway. And so we need to make a lot of carpets really quickly. So how do we do that? Now over here, we have ourselves a basic carpet duper. This carpet duper will be able to approximately give you 2-3 carpets per second. And the good thing about this one is that it's all more or less hands off. Once you set it up, you can let it run by itself. But the problem is actually kind of self-evident. It can only work one carpet at a time. So even though you're getting 2-3 carpets per second, it's really not enough when you're dealing with a really large hole like the wither skull farm. If you remember back from the TNT episode, coral fans are part of the reason why TNT are able to be duped. And by using this game mechanic, you can create something like this. Now, the issue with this one is that it's slightly less automatic than the one previous, because when this one dupes, there's a chance that the carpets can get stuck on the placements themselves. And while it can create a lot more carpets per second, the issue is that, like over here, they get stuck, which can be quite problematic if you leave it on for long enough. But for the purposes of us creating a way for us to get a lot of carpets, this way is ideal. And by using the coral fan at the bottom, similar to the TNT dupers over there, because the coral fan stays on the slime block, the carpets themselves are technically on the coral fan. And so when it gets pushed forward, to my understanding, the game registers the coral fan as an entity of sorts, while also being a block. So when this pushes forward, the carpets break. But because the coral fan never breaks, the carpet then gets duped because it's both broken and not broken at the same time. I know it's kind of like weird quantum logic when you say like that, but basically the coral fan allows for the carpets to dupe. Thus, this duper is able to get you 4 times more carpets than the one over here. Now, the disadvantages aside, we are going to need a lot of carpet in order to cover the entire bottom. And while this is fully automatic, this being a single one, you can just put a hopper underneath, having that single carpet, it's not going to be enough for our needs. And so we are going to use a slightly more manual, but a lot more mass-produced carpet duping mechanism. And right behind it, we have a basic comparator clock set to 1 tick. As long as this stays on, this will continuously create more and more carpets, which is going to be very, very useful for this project. And by doing this, we'll be able to get ourselves a shulker box, or shulker boxes in this case, worth of carpets quite easily, especially when you work with more than just one. And so, using this carpet duper right behind me, we're going to be using this in order to fill out the bottom. And with that, let's head over back to the technical guide world and begin the process of carpeting all the bottom. Quick interruption. I noticed that only 12% of you are actually subscribed to this channel. Watching this long, I must be doing something right, so if you like this video, hit that like button and please subscribe to this channel. Any support helps, and these videos take a bit long to make. Thank you so much, and back to the video. Alright, now that we got the concrete duper and processor thing, as well as this carpet duper, we're now ready to finally fill in the rest of this perimeter. You know that feeling you get like when you start a Minecraft project and you're like, man, this is gonna be really cool at the end. And then you realize that you completely underestimate how big this project is. Like even with the carpet dupers and the concrete processors, this took forever. I mean, it's gonna look sick, but like this was so much work. Oh my word. Oh. Builders, how do you do this? Only the floor alone. Just putting down carpets took me, I think, over 12 hours of just placing down carpets. Probably even more. And it's just super painful. The amount of stuff that you need to get together, one, and the amount of blocks you need to actually do. Oh my gosh. This is the absolute worst. I just completely underestimated the amount of work this was gonna take. As I'm about to finish this up, I'm like, part of me is really relieved because, you know, this is probably the hardest part about setting up this entire thing. But on the other hand, I still got 3 more walls. Oh boy, 3 more walls to do. And 2 of them are the big ones. Oh, hell. Man, after like 2 days of just solid work, and I don't mean like 2 days spread out 8 hours each, I mean like literally like almost 2 days worth of hours just putting down carpet. We finally did it. It's all completely spawn proofed, and honestly I think it looks good. Not only that, but now we could see all the ancient debris, and this is actually a lot more than I had anticipated. So I guess it's kind of worth it, and just in time too, because as more and more players are coming into the server, I really do need to turn on the mob switch because I don't like affecting other people's plays just for a single project. So yeah, gonna go fly around and go clean this up so that we can move in piglins into this area so that they can power the Wither Skull farm.